Express online talk show. I am your host, I'm Jenny Umali, and I'm so excited to, of course, to introduce to you my very loving and amazing co-host, Burns, Jill, and Rochi. And I can't wait to show you and to showcase our beautiful guest for today. Her name is Christina Ruiz. She's a life coach and a Reiki healer, fitness nutritionist, yoga, and meditation teacher. She is a former firefighter who fell in love with helping others. She has been a natural healer, nurturer since she was a child, and now she is in a place where she gets to share her gift to others. And I'm so excited for her as well. She fell in love with the fitness in 2012, and you're gonna see her beautiful body and aura and the goddess face. And then later on, so she began a journey of self-love and understanding. She became a life coach, like I said, an energy healer to dedicate her life to helping people. And so, Christina.
Yes.
How are you today, goddess?
Wonderful. Oh, it's so nice to be here and see you all. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
So, Christina, I have really just recently got into yoga and meditation, and I would love to hear kind of how you got into it.
Great. Oh, geez. Well, it's been a journey for sure. I think when I was younger, I really wanted to be a yogi, whatever that meant, right? You know, they just look, you know, people, when I was young, people who do yoga consistently just seemed to be so grounded and calm, but I didn't really know what that meant. So I just tried some yoga classes, and it's hard, right? The first time, have you all done yoga before? It's not easy at all. A lot of people think it's just stretching, which is definitely a part of it. But so I think I was doing it on and off just because I thought it would be something cool. But then over the course of many years, it became a moving meditation for me. And I know we'll get a lot into more meditation just a little bit later, but it became a way for me to ground myself and center myself and slow down. You know, we're with our cell phones and everything's fast paced now. So it took a long time to really get into a regular practice, but it almost happened when I let go of the idea of needing to have a regular practice, you know? It wasn't this one day I woke up and wanted to do yoga, but
Actually, speaking of that, Christina, of course, before you became all this amazing healer and coach, can you please tell us your past story and what made you really decide to fully embrace your gift? I know, like you said, it's not easy to be a light worker, to do meditation, to be a yoga, because, you know, you have to have a strong mind. And it takes a lot of healing also, understanding, accepting, and letting go and learning. So tell us your past story and what was the major part of your story that really leads you to fully embrace who you are now. By the way, congratulations, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. So as you mentioned, I used to be a firefighter. I worked for the city of San Diego, and I will never forget this. It was a Tuesday morning, and as a unit, we were doing yoga. So it was an hour-long yoga class, and I just wept through the entire thing. You know, you're surrounded by men. I was like, I need to stop crying. What is happening? Like, hold it together. And so I was having I had some bad news about my aunt's health the day before. So I just thought it was emotional, something like that. And so I took the following day off. No, I'm so sorry. So that day I went to say, hey, I think I need the day off. And they said, that's no problem. Don't even worry about it. And then still, I couldn't stop crying. I was just weeping. My soul was saying, that should be you teaching, not here where you are. Yes. You should be the one guiding these people. So I was crying and crying and crying, and I was planning to go to my boyfriend's at the time and just cry. And the second I drove off the premises, I was fine. I was good. Fine. So I realized, oh my gosh, it was just my soul telling me this isn't where you're supposed to be anymore. Right. So the following day I walked in and resigned. Yeah. I just didn't feel right anymore. So I resigned the next day from the fire department. So that's
the next day?
Yeah, the next day. Done. I was like, I don't have a job. That's fine.
How long have you been a firefighter?
A few years at that point, 2.5 years probably, with a different county, but still.
That is being so brave.
Thank you. That's also something that came with a lot of meditation and yoga and learning, was understanding my own self and my own body. And when something doesn't feel right, I have to listen to it. And that is how I've always been happy. You have your gut instinct for a reason.
Right.
And most people choose to ignore it. And then they think back like, oh, I should have listened to my gut. And it's happening for a reason, and that intuition. And when you listen to it, amazing things happen. Everyone thought I was crazy. San Diego City Fire Department. They're like, do you know how hard it is to get into this department? I'm like, no, it's not for me. So, but I don't know. Yeah. So that's how
that's
so
awesome.
Then that was in 2000, I think 16, 17. Okay. So then from then I've just been following that gut and became a healer and have just embraced it, because so many people just need that push to hear that it's okay. Trust your gut. It's okay. It doesn't matter what other people think. And so that's really a big part of what I do, is helping people feel confident in themselves and love themselves enough to choose themselves.
Yes.
That's
awesome.
Before we continue, I just want to ask Christina, what is an energy healer and a light worker? Like for us who are not familiar, and I know many of those who are watching don't know what it is too. So can you tell us more about it?
Of course. So from what I know about energy healing, there are so many different forms, but for a general explanation, everything's made of energy. We have cells, we're moving, atoms, everything is always, and when you're heightened or anxious, or you buzz at a higher frequency, and so what I do, I'm a Reiki healer. So I just essentially am feeling that energy and realigning it. So you could be out of whack, and all you need is some energy to calm you, ground you, reset you. And of course we can go in and heal things from the past and all of that sort of thing. But essentially you are bringing your energy back to a place that is neutral and then more positive. For a general overview.
I really like that.
Thank you.
I have a question. So my biggest struggle is actually like meditation, like getting into that mode of actually meditating. And it's hard for me. My mind is always racing. And so like what's your like advice, or what's the basic steps that one should take to have like a meaningful meditation session?
That's a great question. So the first thing that everyone should do, always, that is usually skipped, let go of the idea that something needs to happen. Just throw it out the window.
True, that's true.
Yes. Meditation it's very common that it's thought of as this thing. You need to go and light candles and lay down, and you're going to have an experience where you leave your body. Like that's no. That happens, and that's wonderful. But if you're just starting to meditate, how daunting is that? You're comparing your 5 minutes of racing mind and mental state to that. You're never going to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you asked that question. The first thing is just let go of the idea that anything needs to happen or is going to happen specifically. That was a big issue I had in the beginning for years. I couldn't get there or arrive at the place I thought I was supposed to be going to, so
I think it's expectations.
It is.
It's expectations.
And they're totally incorrect. Just letting it go and letting it be. So actually I want to do something, and all the viewers can do this with us at home. So just close your eyes for just a second. All we're going to do is take a breath. Okay. So go ahead and let go of your air. Just breathe out. And now slowly breathe in through the nose, and just notice what it feels like entering your nose and going down your throat. And then as you breathe out the mouth, feel the air leaving and running over your tongue. Okay, now open your eyes. you just meditated. That was it. You focused on nothing.
That's
Your
it.
mind, you were not thinking of anything else, correct?
Yeah.
That was meditation. That's how
Yeah.
simple it is.
It's true.
And that forced you to let go of everything for just a moment, right? So imagine doing 1 breath a day, and then 2 breaths, and then 3, and then all of a sudden you're an hour in, you know, whatever it is that you want. So that's your question, Burns. It doesn't have to be a separate thing from your day. I meditate millions of times throughout the day, simply by taking a breath to reset. And that was life-changing when I realized that that's how simple it could be.
Yeah, that's been teaching me. Like Jenny, for one, would teach me, and then I had somebody say, "Oh, all you have to do is like think of like concentrate on the tip of your nose, and then pretty soon you'll be in a state of meditation." I'm like,
so you're there thinking about your nose, and then you're thinking about how crazy you are for thinking about your nose.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Christina, I couldn't agree more to everything that you said, honestly. And then there's just really like things that I always tell my students and my clients when we do meditation. Let go of your expectations and allow your inner knowing. Because when you just allow your inner knowing, you're having fun with it. You feel free. You're at peace. And then the next thing, like in the beginning, you have to, of course, to do the breathing. That's very important because that will ground you. And that will really release some of your extra energies on your body. And when you feel that energy releasing out of your body, you suddenly feel like, wait a second, why am I feeling so light right away?
question, what is inner knowing?
Sorry?
Great question.
What is inner knowing? Well, inner knowing is just allowing yourself to tell your mind, okay, that, hey, it's okay to just be at peace and quiet. You don't really have to sit in silence and shh, don't think. Because our mind starts to wander after 90 seconds. Once you breathe in, automatic, there's like things on your mind right away. So the inner knowing is that you're allowing your body this time to speak to your mind and say that it's okay. So sometimes people think that it's the other way around. You would always like focus on your mind and say, like on the tip of your nose, like think about your nose. And you are actually not focusing on that. You are thinking of your nose and you're allowing your mind to speak to your body. No, when you do the breathing, it's your body that's letting go, and automatically your body will tell you and your mind and your whole being to just, it's okay to let go. So the inner knowing is your higher self. Your inner knowing is your soul. Your inner knowing is your breath itself. So that's the inner knowing for me. Thank you for your question.
So another question. So how does your subconscious play into it then? Like, are you connecting to your subconscious at the same time?
Oh, are you asking me that?
Yeah. sorry.
Yes. No, that's okay. Okay. Repeat the question.
So when you are meditating, is the goal really to connect to your subconscious?
Great question. So have you ever, well, there are a million books on it, but you know, when you're thinking and you're not even aware you're thinking, it's just part of your life and you're just having these thoughts. And then you have another part of you that notices your thoughts. And there's almost 2 of you.
Yes.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, ugh, I look terrible. And then your other voice is like, don't say that about yourself.
Yes.
You know, have you ever noticed with that voice? So many people don't even realize it's there.
Oh, it's like the one they saw on TV, the bad guy and the good guy on
right.
this
It's
one,
like your angel and your devil. It's your inner, what's the word? It's your
inner knowing.
Oh, your biggest critic.
Oh,
is
okay,
your devil.
And
then you have your higher self,
yes,
which is like, you're a goddess, you're perfect, listen to me. And they're like, you're ugly, you're, you know, and it's like this constant, or whatever your human voice is saying to you, you know, and then your higher self, the more you, meditate, and I'm going to finish this thought and then I'm going to answer your question. The more you let this voice speak, your higher self, the fact that you are perfect exactly as you are.
Yes.
So yes, are you connecting to your subconscious? Yes. I believe that it was in meditation and through meditation that I was able to learn so much about myself. And it was as simple as understanding what I was feeling. Because you're sitting with yourself. So you're not going to feel any external things because you're alone, right, feeling your emotions, and you're listening to your thoughts. And again, for someone like Burns, like if your brain doesn't shut off during meditation, then let it talk. This voice is talking, but then you have this other voice that can just listen objectively. Just listen. Yes. Don't have any emotional connection to what you're saying or thinking. Don't judge it. Just let it be. Yes. Oh, okay. My head's not going to turn off today. Let me just listen. What am I thinking about? Yeah. And then the more you get to know yourself, the more you kind of shift and are able to say, ooh, something's off today. And that all happens at a subconscious level.
You get familiar with your energy. And to add to the Jill's question, our subconscious mind doesn't really know what reality and what realm is. So it doesn't know. So whatever you put your mind into, or whatever it is that you want to think of, your subconscious will react and believe what you think, believe what you say, believe what you feel. So for example, if you're drinking a coffee and this is a coffee and you're like thinking, oh, this is a hot chocolate. And then all of a sudden your subconscious will make you feel, it will attract that energy that, oh yeah, it tastes like chocolate. Or it tastes, what's going on with this? This is coffee. Why it tastes like chocolate? Because again, your subconscious doesn't know what reality and realm is. It just will go whatever you feel like, whatever you put into it, that will connect to your subconscious. So I really like what Christina said, that
you gotta believe.
Yes.
Your thoughts.
I really like what Christina said about like subconscious, that yes, in the beginning, you're going to teach your subconscious that, hey, we're so at peace. I'm seeing the nature, I'm seeing ocean. I'm here right now, just seeing this beautiful sea in front of me. And then your subconscious like moving, oh yes, yes. And then you attract that energy already, and you can almost smell the wind. You can almost feel the wind on your face. So the subconscious is very powerful. I love my subconscious more than my consciousness, honestly.
Oh,
Yes, because your consciousness is like, it will, your consciousness sometimes make you so logical that you want to analyze a lot of things, because when you're conscious, you're seeing things. You use your naked eye to fully understand what's within or what's beyond. But your subconscious, the minute you say, hey, let's just sit still, let's pray, meditate, and breathe in. And your subconscious again will lead you, or will travel, will guide you to where you want to supposed to be, you want to go. Subconscious is, oh no, we have to buy a plane ticket, we have to do this, la, 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 la. That's what consciousness is all
about. Awesome. Well, I've heard that the subconscious is really reflective of your true self and your soul. Do you believe that, Christina?
Yes.
That's exactly what guided me out of the fire department. My soul was telling me this isn't right anymore. My subconscious knew I didn't belong there before I was aware of it.
Before your conscious did.
Right. And then once you're able to connect the two and say, oh, that's why I feel terrible. That's why I'm dreading going to this place, because my soul is telling me this isn't for you anymore. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's pretty powerful, right?
Indeed. Yeah.
I actually want to ask Christina. So Christina, speaking of like meditation, do you believe that through meditation, that's the base of like starting to connect through healing? Like, because what happened to me is that I started with meditation first, and then connecting with my chakras, embracing my third eye, embracing all the craziness that I see like outside the physical world. And then all of a sudden I feel like, wait, I'm healing people, even with my words, even without like holding them and whatnot, just by listening to them and giving them advice. You know, the human term is advice. And then all of a sudden you see yourself that, oh, I'm already becoming a healer through just like becoming one with my higher self. And that's the start. I think the meditation really will give you the foundation to be a great healer eventually. Do you agree with that?
I do. I think that, so by no means do you have to be this perfect, grounded, amazing person to be a healer at all. But through meditation, you start to heal yourself, which fills your cup, so then you can help others. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you are hurting and scattered, and, you know, how can I support and be a foundation for someone else? So through meditation, it all comes back to learning yourself and understanding your emotions, and understanding that your thoughts create your emotions, and that when you shift the way you think, you can shift your entire life. And then you can help others along the way and help them understand that and heal themselves too. Yeah, it all starts from I think a grounded place, which for me was meditation as well. And again, it didn't have to be, I know you talk a lot about guided meditation. I love guided meditation, you know, where I have a forest I go to, I have a beach I go to, you know, in my mind, I could pop there instantly, like I'm there now, you know. But I also, of course, just do breath work and just to calm down and just understand about myself.
I think like the breathing, that really helps me like go into a state of meditation. Like when Jenny taught me the 4-7-8, so that's what I would do to prep me into that mode of, you know, meditation. So, but I believe you, like, you know, you like meditation can really change you. Like, I was like, through this pandemic, I was actually like feeling a little desperate, you know, like a little bit of panic because there's no income coming in. And then Jenny said, listen to my money mindset meditation. And I'm like, okay, I even bought it from her. Like in
maybe you have to invest. Actually, you have to invest. Hello.
Okay. So I bought the money mindset meditation, which Jenny made, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, I should pay for it. Maybe it'll be more effective that way.
It's true.
I bought it, and then I started listening to it that morning, and like 3 hours later, I closed on 3 clients, about like to 9,000 in
yes.
Mindset is everything.
That
everything.
So I've been listening to it every day.
Good.
Every day?
Yes, every day.
So Jenny, you should link that for everyone else to get.
Yes.
Yeah, I want it, Jenny. I want it.
I want it.
I'll take it. Love it.
So, Christina, we talked about meditation. Let's talk about yoga a little bit. And sounds like you love it. I am not a huge yoga fan. Sometimes it puts me to sleep. I guess I'm doing the wrong kind of yoga. So what are some of the different types of yoga?
So it's interesting that you said that. It sounds like you have an expectation on what it should be, which is another thing you should let go of. Because whatever you're perfect. Whatever you're doing is perfect. Now you know if you need to fall asleep, do some yoga, you know, for you, that's what happens. And that's great. So there are so many different types of yoga. There's Kundalini yoga, that's more spiritual. There's Hatha yoga, that's more balanced. There's Vinyasa yoga, which is what I teach, and that's breath to movement, meaning every movement you are focusing on a specific breath. For example, breathe in as you lift your arms, and then exhale as you lower your arms, you know, so you're really connecting. And if you couldn't tell, I love breathing techniques.
Yeah.
They've just helped me. So yoga to me has actually become a meditation. I don't wake up and do like a 90-minute yoga practice every day. It's when I feel it and need my body to move and need to get out of my head. But for people, there's Yin Yoga, which is something that you might like. It's you're holding each pose for 1 to 5 minutes, and it's not like warrior 3 or you're on one leg or anything. Those are restful, gentle postures. It's very for stretching, for relaxation. I'm sure you've heard of Bikram yoga.
Yes.
105 degrees, 40% humidity, 90 minutes, 26 moves. They're always the same. It's intense if you want that. So there's something for everyone. Aerial yoga, where you're hanging on a rope or, you know, whatever it is.
I know they added a lot of like yoga activities now and styles and techniques.
Right. But that's so you can find what works for you. So if you've tried a yoga class and hated it and you never want to do it again, I really urge you to try again and maybe just try a different type. You know, do a 10-minute YouTube video or something, and try different.
I think for me, you know, my time is just so limited, but I always, you know, make time for myself. And, you know, I always want to feel like it's like I'm getting a workout, right? Because, you know, but I also, you know, have incorporated some yoga into the evening hours where it's more of the breathing and relaxing and stretching. So I feel like I have to do like my Pilates or running or biking, maybe in the morning, and then do my yoga at night. Do a lot of people do it in the morning or night, or does it just not matter?
Depends on you. I mean, there's, you could do like a sunrise flow in the morning or some yin at night, but you should try power yoga or yoga sculpt if you want to work out. You'll,
if you really want,
will not be easy.
If you really want,
that's what I need. I need a challenge. I need to really.
If you want to gain muscles and all that stuff, you have to do the intense yoga. So when I started yoga too, what I love is the vinyasa and then the kundalini. It's so easy, it's so relaxing, and that actually easily when I do my breathing and then move, the kundalini is so soft and gentle, and it's like you're making love with yourself. Then of course there's it's true.
So if you want that.
Right. But Christina here, she's also an expert with the fitness. So she knows what your body needs. I actually met her when I was doing kickboxing, and I just fell in love with how she embraced really her craft, every single thing, like her passion for really helping. She's very intuitive. She knows how you feel. Like when you went into the room, when you opened the door, she already knows, like, good morning, good afternoon. She already knows, are you okay? And then she will talk to you, like she will really guide you. She feels your energy. That's when I knew that, oh, this woman is an amazing healer. I knew it. And then we talk about that, and then we're like, oh my God, we are on the same path. So she's not only a healer and a life coach, she's also really good. She's a nutritionist. She's everything. When it comes to really health and wellness, let's call her. Let's be her best friend, because that's what we all need.
We
all need.